All right, let's go to our next item. Hello, hello, helpful human. I'm gonna manually reply to your request since I don't have a bot. Oops, and that was meant to be 00. All right. So we're gonna unbox now two ALF Chicory 40%. The famous 332, yeah. All my packages are that. All right, I expect other stuff unrelated to be here. This one here is the symbol kit for the Space Cadet. I'm gonna set it aside because I'm not unboxing Space Cadet today, or Space Cadet. I don't know how to properly pronounce it. I have some 30 gauge wire for some projects that I have that are not keyboard related, but they could be used for hand wiring. Oh, look at this. So we're gonna unbox this after. Those are the, what are the name of the switch crackers? Yeah, more wire. I know. So we're gonna unbox the switch crackers afterwards. Let's unbox this guy first. You were paying attention, Panda. I thought nobody would notice it. Yeah, I split that into 2 shipments. Because I ordered like 6 of them. Okie dokie. Let's see what we have here. And I'm thinking I'm going to use this so I don't fuck anything up. Yeah, it is a lot of wire. But that thing is cheap as fuck, so I said, you know what? I bought it on AliExpress. It was super cheap. I thought, why the hell not? So we have one case here. Again, some stuff that are unrelated to keyboards. We have this carbon fiber plate. We have the PCB for the Chicory40. You can see Chicory there. We do have a second PCB. And we do have a third PCB. The idea here is that I bought 2 cases, but I also plan on maybe using this, if I can, on one of the daisies that I own. I don't know yet. And a 4th PCB. So I ordered 2 PCBs per case. I like Luke's idea. I've been practicing that. I know. I do the same. All right, so let me open the second box where the other case is. So this should be the extra case. Who likes peanuts? Pink peanuts. Oh, look at that, some fancy packaging. I wonder why they did not use this for that mini game I bought yesterday. I unboxed yesterday that had a cracked screen. That sucked. So this is solder paste for SMD components. Nothing keyboard related as well. It could be, like if you're putting together a PCB, you could use those. Another 2 plates, I believe. Yep, and then another case. And bump-ons and LEDs and whatnot. All right, time for us to check the whole thing. Let me put this aside. Yes, I'm waiting. Actually, the Grid 600 should be here anytime now. And the M0110 still didn't ship, right? Oh, look at that. So this is the I forgot the name of this color. Fuck. Help me out here. Not pink. What is the name of this color? Oh my god. The eggplant purple. That word disappeared from my mind. Yeah, the eggplant purple. So yeah, this is a very nice purple. And let's see the other one. So let me put the plates here. Let me open this other plate. We will test one of the PCBs. Samir S7, never. Hoshu, yes, Duke. That's one of my favorite keyboards, Luke. The fun fact about my keyboard career is that the only thing I ever sold was 3 SA sets. This one is a little more boring. This is a gray one, I think. It can be your favorite key. I do not have an Ergo Docs. And all the Ergos that I do have are still not built. I have 2 Iris that I need to put together, and one, and I bought the Unigo 66 as well. And I also have the, what's the name? The Corn keyboard, I believe, the one with the OLED screen that I still did not put together as well. But those are, I had one Ergo Docs for maybe 2 or 3 days, but it came with MX Reds, so I returned it. It was terrible. Okay, so let's play with this one here. And see, I don't think I have a battery that fits there. I ordered one. Yeah, reds are terrible. Let me see if I have any battery that will fit here. I doubt it. The slimmest one I have is this. And if I remember correctly, it doesn't fit. Clear as green and grays for the one at home. So you mean, oh, wait. This actually fits perfectly. Look at that. Nice. So what I want to do is put a little bit of 2-sided tape here. So it does, it acts as a cushion. Something like this. This keyboard is called the Chicory40. It was a group buy by ALF. Just see if this is gonna work. Let us see. Yep, this is gonna work. Yeah, I don't know about the switches piercing the battery, but I think it will only pierce the thing. I need to test it, basically. Let me put a couple of switches here. Yeah, ALF boards, I never been disappointed by their boards. And you know what? We're gonna be absolutely fine. There is no problems here. Okay, let me plug this. And then it blows up. Okay, it recognizes the keyboard. How do I know if it's charging? It should be charging. Let's do this. How do I connect? So I'm gonna try to connect to my Mac because it's a little simpler than connecting to Windows. Let me see here. Let me see if I can see the keyboard here on the Bluetooth. Not yet. I think I have to press a key or something. Oh no, here it is. No, it's not. It's showing my MacBook Pro. Yeah, not showing anything. So I don't know if it has not enough battery, what the deal is. But it isn't charged. Oh, there is. Let me see. Yeah, this is all the way. So this side is on. So this is how it should be on. Let's see. Yep, connect. Bam, works. Chicory BLE, you guys obviously can't see that, but it's connected through Bluetooth. Very nice. Let me type a couple of keys here. Yep. Everything works as it should. Perfect. All right. So let me turn it off. And the nice thing about this is for the other keyboards that I have, for the other Bluetooth keyboards that I have, you have to like have an opening at the bottom, right? To turn it off and on. I can show you one example. This guy here is the BLE40. And you need like a sharp object to, not a sharp object, but you get what I mean. You need something to turn it off and on from the bottom. Where this guy, you just take out one of the keys and you can turn it on or off through the switch that is facing up, which I really like. So I don't know, maybe the creamies are gonna go here because I really like this case. Let me also add the bump-ons for both of them. And the packaging and the quality of the stuff is very nice. Oh, taking the cap easier is something you can do with your hands. But poking something from the bottom, I don't think is very easy if you don't have anything at hand, right? To turn the switch. And on top of that, you don't need to have a punch, to have a hole on the bottom of your case. That's at least my view. I prefer it this way. Taking a keycap here on this keyboard shouldn't be that hard. Let me grab something to... Don't know what I did with my phone. Oh, they have that. They do have on-off on a key combo as well. Wait a minute. So there's a way to have a screw-in bump-ons as well, which is interesting. Let me see. It comes with some... Are those LEDs? No, those are replacement. How you call this? I forgot. Resistors. So it comes with replacement resistors. But for sure, they have the key combo for that. This is using a fork of TMK that you're supposed to use on a website. Forgot the name now, but the author of the PCB has a couple of other. This is the guy. ydkb.io. Go. Let's take a look at this plate. Yeah, it's very interesting. Right, let's take a look at the other one briefly. I wonder if I have another one of those batteries, and I guess I do. So we can use the exact same one here. So you'd have to connect to the cable and then press a key combo to turn it on. No, it charges. So my favorite is 40%. I'm in love with 40%. I have a bunch of them. But for day-to-day use, yeah, as a 60% I think is the best. I use them a lot when I'm on the go or working remotely. I have a new favorite that I'm using right now, which is this. This is a acrylic TGR Alice. This is very, very nice. Yes, I did buy 2 chicories. You can code on 40%. I do that all the time. Are you gonna ask me to sell you every keyboard that I have on display here? Every time I bring up one, oh, sell me that one. So the reason I bought 2 is 1, because they were not expensive, and 2, because I really wanted to support the guy behind this. He had other projects lined up, so that's the main reason. I wanted to support the guy. And I bought some spare PCBs because I want to try to port them to my Daisies. They are same layout as Daisies, so that's what I thought. But yeah, I bought 1 purple and 1 gray. And I forgot to add the bump-ons to the gray. 2 chicories and only 3 pearls, yeah. There's the other one here. Yeah, Elliot, I can explain how I code on a 40% in a second. I did a terrible job on this one. Maybe not that bad. I basically use 3 layers. I'll explain you in a second. So basically, and then I always use either split space or space being a function key when held. Yeah, this is very, very good. There you go. So 2 chicories. Any questions about the keyboards? Anything you guys want to see before I talk a little bit about how I use my 40%? I think they're not my favorite sound wise, but I have one keyboard here with a keyboard with a carbon plate, but the problem with this keyboard is that the switches are not that good. I have a Franken switch that I came up with that is a mix of Alias, so it has MX Brown stems on Alias housings. Yeah, they feel nice. So my favorite material is polycarbonate because it's, let me try to grab this keyboard here because it's really heavy. Yeah, I won't be able to do that. But basically, polycarbonate, when you use them with linears, they are very, they have a lot of flex and they add a little bit to the sound. So that's my favorite. Then the next favorite for me is aluminum. I think aluminum with linears are great. So what you lose in most materials is the flex. The more rigid the material is, the less flex you get. So polycarbonate is super flexible, as is acrylic. And then after that, you have aluminum, which is also very flexible. And then after that, you have stainless steel, which is amongst the common plate. And then you have brass. I prefer brass to stainless steel. It's hard to tell. It's a matter of taste as well. But for linears, that's the scale I like. Okay, so let me grab a couple of 40% here. This one. one, and this one. Let me explain the concept here. Let me see if I can get an editor going. And I use VS Code. And I'm on a PC right now. So bear with me. Let me see. I use this computer only for streaming, but I do have Visual Studio Code. Let me see if I can share my screen while let's see. Okay, so you can kind of see Visual Studio Code here. Let me make it a lot bigger. There we go. Okay, let's move it like this. Yeah. All right, so let's start with, I guess, this one. This one is the one with more keys. So we can go from the one with more keys to the one with less keys. So this is USB Mini. So here's how I map my stuff, right? So the basic layer is, of course, what you see here. And then, for instance, if I need to use things that you don't see here, like quotes, right? How do you use quote? So I have a second layer, which is the let's call it the symbols layer, where I have the numbers mapped to this row, right? So you basically have numbers up there. And then for things like quote, what I do is I keep the quote as close as possible to the original place. So I hold this key, right? And then this is single quotes, right? If I need double quotes, I just do what I would do, but keeping the thumb here, right? And then for things like plus, minus, things like that, I use them here. So I have minus and equal mapped here. And I have square brackets and things like that mapped to the same place where you would have the angled brackets. So, and then you can do, most of the stuff you would do, like, and I think, yeah, I'm on Windows, I always forget. So, const a, oops, I'm messing it up because it's Windows, hold on, equals 10 const b equals 20 and so on, right? It takes a little bit of time to get used to it. So that's what you do when you have all the keys. And then arrow keys, you have arrow keys on this layout, so it's pretty straightforward. When you don't have, which is the case here, when you don't have arrow keys, that's when the third layer is really important, right? So what I do the same thing as you would do on an HHKB keyboard, where the arrows keys are here. So I basically hold this shift when held. This is actually a function key. So I hold it, and then those things become arrow keys, so I can navigate and I can select text and whatnot. So that's what I do when you don't have arrow keys. So that's where this third layer becomes very, very important. And then finally, oh, and one thing that I didn't say is that, of course, this is a space bar when you press, and the function layer when you hold it. But sometimes you don't have a split. Yes, you can do that. Look, I just prefer, because I'm really used to the HHKB arrows. That's the way I like it. But you can make it your own. Don't get me wrong, like you do. But there are times when you don't have a split spacebar, right? So in this case, what I do is, this is still spacebar, and of course, it becomes the layer toggle when held. Right, and then again, for navigation, we keep the arrows here. Yeah, the thing I like about mine is that you can do everything with one hand, and then if you need to do combos like shift, you can do it, like shift control to select. I don't know how to do it in Windows properly, but basically if you want to select, you can, you know, combine the right hand where you have arrows and left where you hold the keys. So that's why I like this appeal. If you would, yeah, but I guess it's the same thing, right? I guess it's the same thing if you use VI arrows. You just hold the spacebar here. That's what you would do, and then you use those as arrows. I like that as well. It's an alternative to what I do, and I quite like that. So that's basically what I do with 40% layouts. Any other questions about that? All right. Any other questions in general before we wrap this up? Yeah, I think you really like 40%. The LEDs at the bottom, I programmed them to indicate if I am on a given layer. They're always lit, and then here, for instance, the second one turns off because I'm on the second layer. And when I'm on the first layer, you can see that the first one disappears. So a good suggestion for you is this guy over here. If you don't want if you're okay with not having arrows, traditional arrows. Yes, I am an inverted spacebar guy, 100%. Let me tell you why I think this is such a nice keyboard. It's very well made. This is aluminum. It has a diffuser. If you set it up properly on your desk, not everybody likes underglow. I personally like it, and this is basically a bonus with this guy. So if you turn it on, I don't know if it's gonna be able, you'll be able to see it, but basically I have an underglow going. And this thing, of course, without switches and keycaps, is under $100. If I'm not mistaken, the whole kit is like $98. So my recommendation would be this guy, which is called the Daisy 40, and you can buy it on the KP Republic website. Yeah, I always, everything that I use my thumb for, especially this right thumb, I like to be inverted. That's, no, Daisy, yeah. I think you figured it out, but it's Daisy 40. And the website is kprepublic, probably.com. I have two of those. I have one black and one silver. No problem. No problem at all. Anything else, guys? Do a trim modifier kit. You don't like those caps? I love those caps. This is GMK laser. Love them. One of my favorites. The other one I have is this one here. I don't know if you like it better. This is GMK Taro, or Taro, I don't know how to properly pronounce it. Yeah, I like hiragana as well. So this is the other one. This looks like bubble gum. And this one has heavier springs as well. Yeah. But again, you can pick and choose, right? This is GMK Carbon. And this is GMK Camping. mixed up with another set, but all those things here are GMK camping. But again, you have a ton of things to choose from. Trying to put it all back. Yes, with a plate. I should get an early sample of GMK wares. I would love to. And this is the keyboard I'm using here at my desk. This is a key code number 1. This is a Win Keyless TKL. The reason I'm using it is because it has lightweight switches, and I was experimenting with them. It has like 55 gram switches, so I really like those switches. Those are creamy yellows. They are 55. Bottom out all the way. I always bottom out. Hey, Precise Troll, so you were hiding there. Long time no see, man. How are you? I always bottom out. No matter the weight of the switch, I always bottom out. I wish I didn't, but I do. I do. Let me show you the other one that I like very much. Even though it doesn't have the best caps right now, this thing is a beast. This is the LZ Iron. And I love this thing here. Yeah. Really like this guy. And it also has lightweight switches. And my spacebar is not correct. Yeah, I really like this board. I need to change the caps. I changed it because I was doing a review of GMK Necro, and I used this to illustrate GMK Necro, the set that everybody loves. But yeah, I'm getting used, especially Win Keyless was really hard for me. Yeah, I love the LED. Like, I think it's beautiful. Yeah, this in general is a very beautiful board. I love the bottom of it as well with the Iron Man mask. I think it's very, very awesome. You have GMK Necro. Okay. That's a first. Nobody seems to like it. Here's my GMK Necro on my Nova Touch. I need to mod this keyboard. It's stuck. But I'm waiting for the Norba Touch to mod it. But glad to have you here, Precise. It's been quite a while. To be honest, as I said on my unboxing of this set, I don't hate it. I don't hate it either. I think it's okay. Oh, so how did school finish? I know you had some tasks that you were going through and whatnot, and that was keeping you from doing the harvesting of switches. Did that end? Yeah, there's always a lot of drama, and I understand that because it doesn't look a bit like the original idea for this set. But I do love the novelties, and I don't hate the set. I have less work now. I cut down my hours, so I may harvest again soon. I'm still focusing on more school. I gotta grind it out. Oh yeah, I totally understand it. That has to be priority. Totally understood. All right, my friends. I think I'll be wrapping this up. But I still have a shit ton of stuff to unbox. I have the HB85, which is one I'm really looking forward to unbox. I don't know if you guys saw that. It's a huge keyboard. The box is like huge, and it comes on one of those wood boxes as well, like the COD 67. I think it's gonna be amazing. Well, I think that the person who ran this could have asked for samples beforehand. I think it's a way to avoid failure. So if you're going for the GH60, make sure it's not the north-facing one. So I am pretty terrible at schedule. But what I'll do, I have one fixed time that is gonna be Tuesdays at around 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, north facing is when the switch is facing up, and that affects the sound. That affects how basically some key sets can bump on this part of the switch, making it make a noise when it bumps here. So you should always look for plates that are south facing if you can. Like for instance, this keyboard that I unboxed, it is north facing. So the switches are going to be facing up. And that can be an issue and can influence the sound and whatnot. Something to keep an eye on. Hey, Dad, how are you? How are you? Yeah, we were just wrapping up. I basically unboxed Creamies. Did you try Creamies yet? I just put Creamies on a keyboard. I kind of like them. They do stink. That's right. I'm gonna go at it again. Oh my god. Ugh. It's a terrible, terrible smell. So they did not fix that, but I think they fixed some of the gripping that early versions had. And I found that when they're looped, they're even better. I looped 2 on stream, and they were fine. So I'm probably doing a build with them soon. I like them. Just need to loop them, basically. So yeah, I unboxed that, and then I unboxed my 2 Chicory40s. I don't know if you heard this GB from ALF. I like the creams. Stock, they are not as good as Telios, but when you lube them, I think I like them even better than Telios. And you know what I have here to unbox as well? That I'm saving for next week? I have this guy over here that is going to be unboxed sometime next week. But yeah, I think I'll have a prototype of the Happy Fuse or Elevate, how it's called now, pretty soon. It's in manufacture here in Brazil. Yeah, I did. I guess I did, right? Yeah, I did. I have this thing that it's basically a stamp that you hide your addresses with this thing. Pretty useful. But yeah, so I'm having one of my models, the Elevate, being prototype here in Brazil. I should have that maybe in 1 or 2 weeks, and then I can start an IC and start the GB. Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that. But yeah, that's basically what happened, what's going on. And yeah, Yes, the idea is for it to be Bluetooth, but the people that are designing, the person that's designing my PCB has a lot of work, so it's being a slow process, but it's supposed to be Bluetooth. Yes. All right, Elliot, thank you for joining. Hire Indians. Yeah, good idea. And you know a fun fact? I tried to hire someone from Upwork. I don't know if you guys heard about it to create the PCB, and people were not. There were not a lot. There was not a lot of people with that skill set. So one guy that reached out, he was not Indian, but he was like Chinese. But I was not sure the guy could pursue that. Yeah, you should try them. I don't know, maybe $200 for the design of the PCB on that whereabouts. I think it's what is reasonable. Yeah, it's not that expensive. And then of course you need to have it manufactured, which is another thing. But I think the Bluetooth components are a little more expensive, but I did not look into it fully. So that's something that's gonna happen shortly as well. Yeah, I tried to do it myself, but I just let it go. Didn't have time for all of that. I may go back to it eventually, but yeah, it is a pain. Do you do that? Do you do PCB designs? Yeah, exactly. Or maybe you can just do auto trace and be happy, and do like those. Yeah, I tried for fun as well. I followed a tutorial but it's a lot of manual work, and the developer in me wanted to automate that process, and I couldn't automate it, so I was frustrated and fighting KiCad, and so that was not for me. I like things that can be automated. Like for instance, I don't know if you've been through that. When you do like the matrix, then you have to do like K underscore one, K underscore two, K underscore three. I wanted to automate that thing and I couldn't. Yeah. So you did hand wire. You know the pain. I have a couple of hand wires here as well. Yeah, I should look into macros maybe one day when I have the courage to go back to KiCad. All right, my friends, I really have to go. It's almost 7:30 here. Do you guys have any other questions before I wrap this up? Boa noite, and thanks everybody for joining. It was a very nice stream. And I'll catch you guys, if not over the weekend, next week for sure, for a lot more unboxings and the Zephyr build that's going to take place Tuesday. Thank you, Panda, Dad, Luke, who else? Elliot, Precise. Let me see, who am I forgetting? Who else was here tonight? I know Gustavo was here. And everybody else that's on right now, thank you very much for joining. And you guys take care and have a good night. Bye-bye.